live on TOGcast 0001, our very first.
It's kind of exciting, John.
It's very exciting, absolutely.
Yeah. What does TOG stand for?
Two old guys.
Two old guys. Well, at least for our first podcast, we've got that right.
Yeah, exactly. Good point.
Yes.
So, to start, my name is John Foster. I'm one of the old guys. Been around a lot of years. Been in business. I've owned a business. I've been in large corporations, small corporations, seen a thing or two, and my hobbies include golf, shooting, boating, those types of outdoor activities. Sometimes I'm a couch potato, and other times I'm not.
And that's a great introduction. This is Gordy Caverly. I am the other old guy of the TOG group. And we're going to have a podcast here, folks. And sometimes it's going to be fun. Sometimes it'll be serious. Sometimes it might be someplace in between. We hope you all get into it. We'd love to hear your opinions. I've also been on Earth a long time. And I've learned a lot. My desires, ambitions, impressions, feelings, and things when I was younger have significantly morphed through the years.
Really?
Most of them for the better.
I'd agree with that.
Every now and then I have fleeting moments of ignorance and fleeting moments of brilliance, and my tongue gets way ahead of my brain. But I've been I've got a college degree in electronic technology, a 2-year college degree, and I've been a Vietnam vet, so I was never in country, so I don't claim to be a hero like those were, but I was in the Navy in the war zone, chasing Russian submarines around. I've been a reserve police officer for a county sheriff's department. I have some passionate feelings about some of the stuff that goes on today. And I believe we live in the most beautiful, wonderful country in the world, even though it's not necessarily run by the most beautiful, wonderful politicians on either side. And I have some feelings about that. And I'm currently, I fly for the Civil Air Patrol. When I say fly, I am a certified pilot, instrument rated, commercial rated, float plane rated. I fly a 2017 Cessna 182 glass panel Garmin G1000. And I've had a lot of experiences. I've owned my own business for a long time. I've sold it. I've worked for big corporations. I worked for medium-sized corporations. And we've had a lot of experience coming to the table, and John and I have been best friends through most of this.
Correct.
And we're excited about this podcast, and we hope that you can find some time to get excited about it too.
Great introduction.
It got us by, right?
Right. And I learned some things about you.
Yeah, I haven't.
So that's always good.
I haven't pissed anybody off yet.
Not yet, but we'll get there, I'm sure.
I'm sure we will.
But that's not the intent of this podcast, as you said. We're trying to have some fun with it.
Yes.
As you said, we've been around a while. And learned a few things, and I keep thinking of the times that you and I have sat together in the wee hours of the night and had these discussions, and at the end of them walked away saying, we should have recorded that.
Yes.
It would have been fun just to re-listen to it or share it with someone.
I remember one night you sat right there, and we were writing documents and stuff like that, and we said, how do we say this? And I just keep coming up with these things. You say, we need to record your epiphanies.
Right, exactly.
Because if you don't record it, guess what? It's like a fart. It's gone.
It's gone.
You can spend the next hour and a half to, what the hell did I just say? I don't know.
And that's a debatable point, too, about that being gone.
Yes.
That's all.
It hasn't gone, it's just left.
Yeah, right.
So what is our goals for this podcast?
I think first of all to entertain. I'm not one to introduce conflict, but I think
I can introduce conflict.
I know you can, but that's not the goal of the show.
No, it's not.
It's to entertain.
Yes.
I think there's going to be times where we do introduce conflict just because
The nature of the topic.
Yeah, exactly. We can talk about outdoor activities. We can talk about sports. We can talk about politics. We can talk about business. We can talk about finances. We can talk about the markets. And in any of those, there can be conflict. There can be topics that we bring up that will inflame somebody.
Yes.
We're going to try and avoid those as much as possible, but surely it will happen. Over the course of years or however long we decide to do this.
Yeah, until someone shoots us or beats us like a red-headed stepchild.
Right, exactly.
A lot of things that I like to do on the side. I like to play golf, and I was born with two really twisted, ugly knees, and last couple of years I've had them both replaced. I've had a little bad back procedure, and we can recommend some people that have done wonderful in that area for us. I love to swim, but since this COVID-19 come around, I haven't been swimming in 4 to 5 months now, but I used to swim 2 to 3 miles a week, and I'm looking forward to getting back at that because without that, I'm getting to be a chunky monkey.
Yeah, I didn't know when they started this COVID-19 thing that the 19 meant that's how many pounds you're going to put on while you're locked up here.
Exactly right. And that might be an understatement.
Yeah, exactly. But it's true of everybody that I've talked to. Yes. Everybody's like, I just wasn't able to get out and do the things I normally do, and as a result, the scale is going Cujo on me.
Yeah, and we're gonna have a website, and we're gonna be able to allow people to comment on topics and stuff like that. We're eventually gonna have call-in talkers, but instead of them calling into us, we're gonna let the ones that want to talk. We will control that, and we will call you at a time that's been pre-selected.
Predetermined, right?
Most of this stuff will be usually in the late afternoon, early evening, because the old guys, we tend to wind down and we have other things that we want to do during the day.
But we're still working.
And we're still working, so
right.
We're gainfully employed. So
driving this economy.
Absolutely. And during the COVID-19, I've never stopped working. I've been busier than I can ever possibly imagine.
Shame on you.
I'm sorry. Don't anybody tell our governor that.
Exactly.
Goodness gracious.
Yeah. And I want to let everybody know too, the call in versus call out, we call you kind of thing, is partially driven by the fact that there's just these two old guys. It's not like we have a staff that can take calls, screen calls, that type of thing. We're going to, at least initially, do this just the two of us, and when the website gets up and people can share with us, that'll give us an opportunity to identify people we might want to talk to and bring on the show.
Yeah, not only that, but it gives us the ability, and you the ability, to know that when you do get called, you're the VIP.
Right.
You're the very most important person on our show at that time. And that you can feel comfortable that you're going to be heard, you're going to be listened to.
Yep.
You might not be agreed with, but you will be listened to.
Right. And you'll have your own time.
Absolutely.
Not like you're vying for time with anybody else. So.
That's right. And we're going to have some guidelines set here. We don't care if you get passionate about your topic, because we are passionate about our topic as well. But there reaches a certain point when passion turns into road rage and anger, and we're not interested in going down the hate lane.
No.
And stuff like that. So we're going to be able to call time out. It's time to take a break.
Right.
And refresh and just kind of let everybody cool off.
Right.
The last thing we need to get to is what you've seen in these riots take place. That, one person is killed for an unknown reason, and all of a sudden 17 other people die, and millions of dollars worth of businesses are burned and looted. How do we get to that point? But everybody has their own feelings about everything, and we're
Correct.
willing to let everybody have their say.
Correct. Absolutely. But we will control the flow if it, as you said, if people get a little bit too impassioned.
Sure.
So, but that's normal. I don't know any podcast, call-in, radio talk show host that doesn't have a button that says, sorry, you went over the top.
Time out.
Exactly. So,
And our goals will probably change as we go along.
Sure.
Things like that. We want to make this an excellent podcast, one that's informative. We not only entertain, but we want to inform. So we try to not put our opinions out there. We want to hear what you want to say. When we quote something, it's going to come from a reliable source that we will be able to show you the fact-check audit trail.
I think that's key.
It is very key.
Yeah. And there's way too much information going around, or misinformation, depending upon how you look at it, from media sources or social media sources that has not been fact-checked. And we want to have, if we're putting something out publicly, we want to make sure that we've done our due diligence and to the whatever extent we can, and acknowledge that, to the extent we could, this is true.
So we're looking forward to doing this podcast. We're looking forward to growing both as two old guys, and we hope you find some entertainment and hopefully some information that maybe you don't have, but also information that you can provide that maybe we don't have.
Sure.
When you bring that to us, make sure that you can provide to us the fact-check audit trail.
Right. Yep. Do your own due diligence.
Yeah, because we do have opinions. If you're human and you're pumping blood or anything else, you're going to have your own opinions.
Exactly. And you're going to have a cell phone go off in the middle of the podcast.
Yes. Like someone's just did.
Yeah, right. Also, I'm just going to throw this out there because I'm not adverse to anybody throwing at the website good jokes. We
Absolutely.
can share those too. Again, the intent is to have fun with this.
Life is
And,
short.
It is.
I mean, we've all lost friends, and at our age, they seem to detach from the tether a lot quicker.
You really want to go there.
So if we should stop in the middle of a sentence, you should call in and see if he's still breathing.
Somebody push him, see if he's okay.
His head is resting on the table
Right,
again.
right. I heard something hit the table.
Thump. Kind of like,
Yeah, exactly. That's something that we both realize as we start up this process, is that everything you touch leaves a noise in the microphone. So a
Yeah.
head hitting the table is a no-no. I'm just saying that right now.
and how about a fart hitting the shorts?
No.
I'm wondering if it will come through this mahogany table.
Not me. Not me.
I tell you right now, you listen to us long enough, we're going to enter the giddy hour. and
Exactly.
You will leave laughing,
There's no question.
maybe sometimes crying.
Yes, exactly. So we also have to determine, sharing this with our audience, how long we want these to be. And maybe we can get some feedback from the audience. You and I have talked about it a little bit, and you know that if it gets too long, people tend to tune out. If it's too short, then you really can't
Get into
put
a topic.
forward. Exactly, yeah. You just don't have that opportunity. So something we'll have to play with, I think, as we go along. We may find some are, this was just fun and we were 10 or 15 minutes, but this one maybe incorporated some serious topics and it goes a little longer.
And eventually, as we line up topics on our website, we will post a topic for a given event that we're going to be talking about, and you can send stuff in ahead of time, and we can talk about it, or we can select a caller, and we'll call you during that topic
Sure.
hour.
We could also post a series of topics out there and have people vote. What do you want to hear?
Absolutely. Or have a vacant spot that you say you're passionate about something, a subject. Bring it on.
Right.
We'll talk about it.
Exactly.
The two old guys both want everybody to learn together and have fun.
Right.
And the ultimate goal is that our opinions do get changed for the right reason,
Right.
not for the wrong reason.
Absolutely. Yeah, I don't have any problem with somebody coming to me with, substantiated facts and watch my opinion kind of morph, as you said, and change.
Because I can tell you right now, in my younger life, I have never met a conspiracy theory that I didn't absolutely fall in love with.
Right. Oh, no question.
And I'd pump out that information left and right, only to find out some 14-year-old kid throw it back in my face with facts.
Right. And it still happens today.
Yeah.
I think both of us have put stuff out there on Twitter or Facebook or some other social media thing to have somebody come back and say, you should have checked that one. It's not true.
I hunt that kid down, I'd kill him.
Right. Yeah. We'll find you.
He's ruining my conspiracy theory.
Yeah, right.
I so embraced him that
I know. Some of them are quite good.
But with the media today, with photoshopping, with the Facebooks, with the Twitters, with everything, I mean, I tell you quite frankly, there's probably a lot more out there that you can't believe than you can.
Oh, I'm sure. I don't doubt that at all.
And if it hits your passion, you automatically tend to believe it.
Right. Yeah, exactly. Yeah, I agree. But that doesn't mean you can't do your due diligence and find out what the real facts are.
I've actually been proven wrong so many times. I'm actually to the point of saying, I don't even care if I'm wrong anymore. I just want to have a vein of truth and facts that I can say, there it is.
Right.
I don't care if it was left politically or right politically. Just trying to find the truth is unbelievably hidden amongst a veil of bullshit layers that you may never get through.
That's true. Absolutely true. Yeah. And as we all know, the truth shall set you free.
Oh, God, I'm going to be free.
All right. You are the man.
So this is Gordy Caverly from the Two Old Guys. This is our podcast intro to you. We hope you guys really get turned on by this and can and be willing to participate.
And feel free, to provide information on the website. Feedback. Like this podcast. Don't like this podcast. You two old guys ought to just be
just two old guys
6 feet under or something. I don't know. Or just two old guys.
Go buy a new box of Depends and stay home.
Stay home. Right. Watch TV. So I'm John Foster.
I'm Gordy Caverly.
And we'll see you next time.
This is the Two Old Guys. Have a good night.